When you look at the distraction thing, what's your takeaway going into the draft on Mixon?
Yeah, so Mixon's a talented player. There's no doubt. You're hearing some run out there that he is the most talented or best running back if you take his off-field issues out of the equation. I don't find that to be the case. I think he's a really talented player that I would give a first-round grade, but I still wouldn't rate him higher than Dalvin Cook, Leonard Fournette, or Christian McCaffrey.
How come?
Because those players are really talented as well. This is a deep running back class, okay? Cook is a little bit more explosive. Fournette is better between the tackles, and McCaffrey is better all around. Now, I think Mixon and McCaffrey are the two best when it comes to versatile players, the ability to catch it out of the backfield, the ability to run both inside and outside. Mixon's got him by about 20 pounds, is a fast player, which he proved on his pro day. Yeah. He's a great player. Now, let me get to the three reasons why I think he won't get drafted in the first round. I think they're very easy to follow. There's a football reason, a fiscal reason, as well as a PR reason. The football reason is what I just laid out to you. I don't think his value, based on the other players in this draft, is going to be there with his incidents also in the rearview mirror. So that's one. Two is the fiscal deal. If a player is going to be, or a suit, or a house, or a car is going to be on sale next week, you don't buy it for full price this week. You just don't. It's fiscally irresponsible for a team to draft him in the first round because the demand is not suggesting that they have to. It's just not. There are teams that are going to take him off their draft board. That's just the facts, whether you like it or not. And a team that likes him and is going to keep him on their draft board, the value of where he is at is going to depend on the demand around the league. And so as demand starts to weaken for Joe Mixon, then his value weakens because they know they can get him for second round or third round money, not first round money. So that's the fiscal argument. And then the third argument is just the PR of Joe Mixon. If you select him in the first round,
oh boy,
you're inviting a firestorm of media attention and second guessing that I don't think a lot of organizations want. Now, I don't think it's the same type of backlash if it's the second or third round, because as a society, and I think Shannon pointed this out pretty eloquently this morning when I was on with him in Undisputed, we believe in second chances, but not if you're going to make a lot of money in that second chance. So as his money goes down, people's outrage will go down as well.
Yeah, we feel he's being punished to some degree.
That's right. So those are the three reasons, fiscal, PR, as well as football, of why I don't think he's going to get drafted in the first round.
Okay, you played college quarterback. Jets have a private workout today with Mitchell Trubisky. It's Mitch. But
don't call me Mitch.
He wants to be Mitchell Trubisky. Sounds very Butler-esque. So what do you make of him in that workout?
Yeah, I think it's interesting. I think that his stock is going up right now among some of the teams in the National Football League. What's interesting is that his experience is being called into the question. And so you're going to hear teams that shy away from Mitchell Trubisky. They're going to talk about Brock Osweiler and how he had a similar experience pattern in college to Brock Osweiler. The teams that are going to overlook that will talk about passing reps in college as his experience and mirror that to what Carson Wentz did at North Dakota State. Because remember, Carson Wentz was injured for a large portion of his last year and didn't get the quote-unquote passing reps or attempts in college that some other experienced players did. I certainly fall into a camp that I believe he is a talented player that has a lot of upside, but it's not there right now. And so if the Jets are working him out and planning to pick him in the top 10, I think that's ill-advised, because if you're doing that, you're telling me that he needs to play right away.
Yeah, he's not.
I don't think he's ready for that.
Okay, you went to Texas A&M this week, Myles Garrett. Now, Jadeveon Clowney, perhaps because he was such a profound high school recruit, got much more love than Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
So, and Clowney's been kind of injury-plagued, played well at the end of last year, but kind of underwhelmed. So is it possible that Myles Garrett developed a little later, and he's every bit better than Clowney, but Clowney was like an icon in high school?
Well, part of it is that Clowney had some of those eye-popping moments in college football. You remember the bowl game against Michigan? When, yes. And so his myth, or the mythological figure of Jadeveon Clowney, was much greater than what Myles Garrett is. Because let's face it, based on the talent and athletic ability of Myles Garrett, he didn't produce to that level last year at A&M. Now, there's a lot of things that go into that. I personally believe that defenders, in particular edge rushers in college, never reach their potential as far as sacks in college football. And one of the reasons is that defenses are just inelastic in college. They don't adjust like the NFL level because they don't have the time or the skill or the knowledge base to do that as a group. Does that make sense?
Yes.
They're just more simplistic.
Right.
So you can double team a pass rusher, you can triple team a pass rusher, and he's not going to get the production that he will at the NFL level. So I think he's going to be a higher producer at the NFL level than he was at Texas A&M. I think he's a really fabulous player. I don't know if he's ever going to live up to what he looks like and tests like, if that makes sense. When you see his numbers and you see him run and jump and what he weighs and all of these things, you think to yourself, my goodness, he's the next Lawrence Taylor. And so those expectations, I believe, are a little unfounded, but I still believe if I was a GM, I would select him if I had the number 1 pick.